In late 2022, Milwaukee released its 4th generation hammer drill, the 2904. Now I know a lot of you are still using the 3rd gen 2804 hammer drill. Should you upgrade? Well, we're going to test the two to find out just how much of an upgrade the 2904 is and whether you should trade in your old tool for the new one. If you want to see more power tool head-to-heads, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. And before we get started, we want to know what you think. Do you prefer the old school Gen 3 or have you already upgraded to the 2904? Let us know in the comments below. We set up 4 performance tests for each drill to complete, and while performance is certainly the biggest consideration for drills at this level, it's not everything. We'll take a look at size, weight, features, and price. The first test has us drilling a 10.5-inch lag bolt into stacked OSB in low speed. That gives us the drill's highest amount of torque. We use an inline torque meter to record the maximum amount of soft torque before the drill stops. Our second and third tests are both in lumber, measuring drilling speed. Test 2 uses a spade bit to drill holes through stacked OSB until we get 3 reliable results from which to draw an average drilling speed. For test 3, we use a 2 9/16-inch self-feed bit, and we drill through a 2x4 pine stud at the highest possible speed. After drilling 3 holes into the stud, we average the times from trigger pull to completion. Finally, we run all our drills with a 3/8-inch concrete bit, drilling 3-inch holes in cured 4,000 psi concrete, and compare 3 runs to arrive at an average. We used a standard 5 amp hour M18 battery in each of these drills. Both models have a brushless motor and are part of Milwaukee's M18 Fuel lineup. Let's start with our lag bolt torque test. The Gen 3 drill was able to put out a maximum of 400 inch-pounds of soft torque on our rig. The Gen 4 model produced even more torque than the Gen 3, significantly in fact, jumping up to 539 inch-pounds of torque with a 5 amp hour battery. An impressive jump in torque is to be expected between generations with improved gearing and quality parts in the newer model. But our next test will determine if the increased power translates into more speed. In our spade bit test, the 2804 was able to drill the holes in an average of 3.52 seconds. The 2904 was just a fraction of a second faster than the 2804, averaging 3.36 seconds per hole with a spade bit. We tend to move up the power demand in our drilling tests as we go, and next up is the 2 9/16-inch self-feed bit. The Gen 3 drill was able to complete 3 holes in just 2.48 seconds. And among the tools we've tested, this is one of the top-ranking drills in terms of speed. To our surprise, the Gen 4 drill clocked a 3-hole average of 2.59 seconds. It's only a difference of 0.11 seconds, but that difference puts it behind the 2804 for the first time in any of our performance tests. Finally, we tested how well these tools drilled into concrete. The 2804 was able to complete 3 holes in an average of 3.85 seconds. The 2904 came into this test looking to redeem itself, and it did. In fact, it had 0.11 seconds faster in its favor drilling into concrete with an average of 3.74 seconds. Okay, statistically so far, these two tools are running neck and neck. So if you're trying to figure out whether to upgrade to the 2904, that may take some convincing. Let's take a look at the specifications side by side and see if that helps. Focusing on their top speed, the 2804 maxes out at 2,000 RPM, and the 2904 maxes out at 2,100 RPM, a very slight boost as we saw in our testing. Based on the manufacturer's claims for hard torque, you'll get a peak torque of 1,200 inch-pounds from the Gen 3 drill, but the Gen 4 model boosts that number up to 1,400 inch-pounds. The hammer rate numbers mimic the small jumps in performance that we're seeing between these two drills, with the Gen 3 coming in at 32,000 blows per minute and the Gen 4 at 33,000. Impressively, Milwaukee was able to pack that additional power without adding much of anything in terms of size and weight. In fact, the Gen 4 drill measures exactly the same as the Gen 3, just 6.9 inches from the back to the front of the metal chuck. The same can be said for weight. The 2804 weighs 3.2 pounds to the 2904's 3.3 pounds, and both of these numbers come out to an almost insignificant difference in size. One notable difference between these two tools is the auto stop feature that's present on the new 2904. This protects you from over-rotation in a bind-up and can really save your wrist if, for example, you're drilling with an auger bit through a brace of studs and you hit a nail just right. A dedicated auto stop light on the foot of the tool lights up when it's been activated. Now the last piece of the puzzle is price, so let's take a look at where you can get these tools and how much it's going to cost you. Starting with the 2804, when we did our research for this video, the older model was out of stock at most major retailers. When we did find it, it was either $199, the same price as the brand new model, or discounted as a refurbished model for as low as $99, making it a steal. Unless you can find one of those clearance deals, we'd suggest buying the Gen 4, and really, you may not have a choice if you want a flagship Milwaukee drill. You can get the 2904 from Acme Tools or other authorized dealers. It'll cost you about $199 for the bare tool. Milwaukee also has a kit option, which comes with the drill, 2 5-amp-hour batteries, and a charger for $299. Finally, you can get the Gen 4 drill and an impact driver combo kit, and that includes the 2 tools and 2 5-amp-hour M18 batteries for $379. The 1-key version of this drill is also available at an upcharge, typically around $50 or so. Okay, here's what we think. If you've got the 2804, there's really no reason to upgrade unless you're really interested in that auto stop safety feature. If, however, you can give this tool to somebody else in your organization and get a new tool, the 2904 is not going to disappoint. If you're just looking for a new tool in general, you're going to find that the compactness, the power, and the speed of this tool are absolutely going to blow you away. Are you staying old school or jumping on to the next gen train? Let us know in the comments below and lock in your pick by hitting the like button. After this video, check out our best cordless hammer drill video, where 11 drills go head to head for the top spot. Let us know if there are any other power tool 1v1s you'd like to see, and stay tuned for the next one. I'm Clint, and as always, thanks for watching Pro Tool Reviews.